What's up, y'all? This is Lottie Dottie, CEO/Chairman of Credit Counsel Group. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to go over how to transfer your credit from little to no credit to 700 credit score to get approved for a new car, a new home, and then my favorite, 100,000 or more in the next 90 days using my credit campaign strategy. I can't believe I'm about to show y'all this, so make sure you stick around to the end to catch all my hacks, all right? It's going to be life-changing, especially if you're a business owner making at least $5,000 to $10,000 a month, looking to get access to capital to take your business to that next level. Now, maybe you like Nia, who came to us to raise her credit scores to buy her first home, or you like Thomas and need to get funding for you and your business. Either way, you're not alone. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Every single one of the successful clients we worked with started by hearing what I'm about to share with you now. They started with low credit scores. They didn't know how to transform their credit reports to build 100,000 in personal funding. They didn't know how to properly structure a business to turn around for another 100,000 or more in business funding. And this could be done over and over again. And look, I know how it feels, y'all, to get denied, have your energy drained from trying to dispute everything yourself, or dealing with paying one credit company, then another, and not see the results you expected. All right, y'all, so I wanted to bring y'all over here real quick and just show y'all a couple case studies, because Thomas, he felt the same way, you know what I mean? He felt like people were screwing him over. He didn't really trust people just from past relationships. And he was actually a recommendation to us from a friend that was following us on Instagram. And, you know, his whole goal was he needed funding for his business idea. He also wanted to start a car rental company. And he just started with little to no credit, right? And so we went ahead and signed him up for our funding program. We showed him how to properly structure his credit reports. And then we made sure his business was set up properly for business auto financing, right? And so our business auto financing program is where we pretty much show you how to get cars in your business name without your social security number, right? And so after a few months, we showed him how to build 700 credit scores. He was then approved for over 60,000 in personal funding, as you see. And then we was also able to get him this brand new Jeep in his business name. He didn't have to use his social security number. He only needed his EIN number. And, you know, it's like a 65,000 vehicle right here. So, you know, that's over 100,000 right there in funding between the personal and the business side, you know, with this client. Now, I remember Nia came to us with below average credit score. She just wanted to buy a house. I'm just looking at my notes, y'all, if y'all see me looking down. But just needed some TLC, you know what I mean? She wanted to be buyer ready to buy a house. So she joined our program. We created a customized credit campaign for her that included building her credit reports and cleaning the negative information that was affecting her. And here go the results, right? So, you know, she was house shopping in 3 months. And what I love about Nia is that she didn't only just buy a house, she actually turned the house into a home child care service. This is a picture of her. Actually, I just took it from Instagram. It was a boomerang she made. This was the post that she actually posted. She said, hey, wanted to buy a house, but my credit score was terrible and I needed his help. Still to this day, I remember him saying, we're going to get you that house. We're going to fix your personal credit. Then we're going to boss you up. She said 3 months later, I was pre-approved and it was time to go house shopping. Lottie, you the MF GOAT. None of this would have been possible without you. So, if you want to read the rest, you can go ahead and pause this real quick and just read the rest. But that's Nia. All right, now Tamika, this particular lady, when she signed up with us, her credit scores wasn't terrible. You know what I mean? It was fair. She just had some collections, some late payments, and some high usage, like some high utilization of her credit cards. And so she joined our credit campaign program. We showed her how to attack her credit cards while we removed the collections for her. And then we added a couple trade lines. And then after several months working with Tamika, man, her credit scores increased to 700-800, as you see. We was able to get her approved for over 200,000 in business funding. That's including, not including really the Amex Platinum, Amex Gold charge card with no credit limit. So well over 200,000 in business funding with this client. Like, this is possible. This is possible for anybody who literally come through the program. Now, it's kind of hard to hide this one, man. My guy, DeCarlos from Texas, he got a trucking company. He just went through a rough patch in his trucking company. You know what I mean? So when he started with us, he had low credit scores, but the trucking company had good cash flow. Man, it just he just ran through a rough patch before, and so he really let his personal credit go, and really just kept stacking that paper. You know what I mean? And so his process was he joined our credit campaign program to improve his credit worthiness so it matches income, right? Like I said, he was making the money, he just let go of his personal credit, and COVID and everything like that happened. And so, after a couple of years, he was ready to just get back on track, right? So we showed him how to build his credit reports. We added some trade lines to boost his credit scores, and then here go the results, right? So with the Carlos, man, like I said, he made the money. His thing was he really wanted to keep getting them cars. You know what I'm saying? He loved cars, and so he was able to buy a Ferrari with no money down from his credit union after being in our program. So let me be the first to tell you, you using your personal funds, the same funds you have to live off of, that you make from your business, is not the same funds to also grow and scale your business, especially if you're just starting out. You will not be able to constantly and consistently grow your business when you have to take money away from that business instead of reinvesting those profits. It's just not possible. But through trial and error, y'all, I was able to create a process, the exact process I'm going to show you next, that helped myself get results and my clients. So if it's anybody that knows the pain of getting denied for things when you apply, or making good money but don't have the time freedom because you lack the capital to hire more employees, it's going to be me. A lot of you are probably going through the same things because you have bad credit. You're jumping from idea to idea, making a little bit of money before you jump to the next thing, thinking that you're not doing good at the business. But in reality, you just don't have capital to scale the business or to give yourself a legitimate chance to make the business really work for you. All right, let's get into my 5-step credit campaign process, where I'm going to show you how to go from where you at now to where you want to be credit-wise. And look, I'm only working with action takers and entrepreneurs that are serious, who are going to apply this information that I put in this video. So if that's not you, and you're not looking to get access to 100,000 in the next 100 days and repair your personal credit along the way, then cut this video off now. Go ahead. This is not personal, right? But this just is not for you, yo. This video is for action takers, as I said before, and people who are looking to get access to capital to scale their business. This credit campaign process I created is for entrepreneurs or people who work a 9-to-5 that are currently making $5,000 to $10,000 a month and looking to get access to $100,000 or more in business capital to grow, scale, or start the business. So if you don't fall into any of those categories, my apologies, but you gotta turn this video off. It's not for you. This video is for people ready to invest in themselves and are going to apply their information. All right, y'all, so let's bust down the 5 steps to the credit campaign, okay? So step 1 is to sign the process. We'd like to get you on a consultation call so we could just figure out if you're a good fit for the program. We'd like to see where you're at, where you're trying to go, and really just see if we can help you, right? After that, we get you signed up for one of our programs. We got different type of programs when it comes to credit repair, just because, everybody's situation is a little different. So we figure out what program works best for you, and then we go ahead and collect some information from you. Once we get that information, we can go ahead and get everything started. We'll go ahead and conduct an audit report and send that to you. This audit report basically just shows you where you at that particular moment in time, right? So we know how your credit started when you signed up with us, right? And then after that, we send out that first round of disputes. Now, that first round, we like to get that sent out within the first 48 to 72 hours. That way we make sure we got everything that we need. And this first round is us pretty much asking the credit bureaus to reinvestigate the items that we listed on the letter, right? And, you would think that the credit bureaus do their job, right? Because they hold valuable information. However, they don't. And so this is why we ask them to reinvestigate, because anytime any information is being reported to your credit report, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, they're supposed to do an investigation, right? And this is how, this is why information in your credit report is supposed to be accurate. However, they don't investigate it. They just take their word for it. And think about it, right? The banks, the credit unions, your car loan company, right? The mortgage loan company, they are the ones paying the credit bureaus to report information about us. And so they are technically the clients. You see what I'm saying? We are technically the cattle We are the product in the whole equation. And so this is why that first round is very important. We're asking them to reinvestigate. Hey, I'm looking at my credit report. Some things look a little funny, don't look a little right. Just asking, can you guys do a reinvestigation on these accounts? If you find out that it's not accurate, that you don't have the paperwork that's needed on file, please remove this from our credit report. Right? Simple letter, and we do get deletions with this letter. Most clients typically see their first deletions within the first 30, 45 days because of this step right here. All right, now keeping it pushing. Step 2 is build or rebuild. Now, I like to do step 1 and step 2 at the same time, meaning the same month, because the faster you start to rebuild, or the faster you start to build, depending on where you're at, the faster you can start to see some changes on your credit report, right? Because you can't do one without the other, right? Credit repair is removing accounts and adding new accounts, right? And so first thing first, we get you established with different banks so you can start having, start creating new banking relationships, and this create funding opportunities in the future once your credit is where it needs to be. Depending on how many positive accounts you have in your credit report, you want to add 4 to 6 positive accounts to your credit report to establish positive history. You know what I mean? I always tell people, look at it like this, right? If you see somebody juggling a couple balls, right? If you see somebody juggling 2 balls, you go, okay, that's cool, right? But if you turn around and you see somebody juggling 10 balls, right? Saying you might actually put your phone out and start recording it, right? Because that's impressive. And so that's what we're doing with the banks, right? We want to show them a credit report that's impressive, that's showing them that, hey, I know how to manage different type of accounts, right? I know how to manage loans. I know how to manage credit cards, right? A loan, that's an installment account, right? Like you make payments on that and then it closes out. A revolving account is you use it, you make payments, you use it, you make payments, right? It's always revolving. And so once you get these accounts, let's say you get them month 1 and your credit process, right? The credit repair process for you take 3 months. Well, cool. After 3 months, now you got, 6 new accounts on your credit report that have been open for the past 3 months, right? And that starts to build credit. That starts to build history. Because if you got 6 accounts, 3 months, 6 times 3, that's 18. That's 18 on-time payments you just put on your credit report in the matter of 3 months, the matter of 90 days. Now, step 3 is more disputes, right? So just to go down the list, second round, you always want to ask for the method of verification, right? Because any account that they didn't remove in round 1, they typically come back and they say that it's verified. Well, cool. Second round is we asking them, yo, like, how did you verify this? Like what's your method? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're saying it's verified. However, I know you didn't do no investigation the first time. Now I ask you to reinvestigate. You saying it's verified. How did you verify that? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know who you talked to. Let me know their phone number. Let me know, like, I need to know all that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's round 2. Now round 3 is where we take them up top. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know they violated in step 1, right? We know they violated. We see the inaccuracies on the credit report. I say, we send out that first credit letter, that second credit letter, and now we're looking at our credit report and the account is still there. However, in the comment section, they don't put the consumer disagrees. That's a violation, right? Because you have to let creditors know that I don't agree with the information that you guys are reporting on me. Yeah, right. So round 3, this is where we smack them up top and we go ahead and now we list the violations. We list all the violations and we let them know, like, yo, like, now you're in violation and here go the violations. You see what I'm saying? And so that's round 3. Round 4, If accounts is still on the credit report, they still haven't came off, we go ahead and send them a demand to comply letter. And this is just saying, hey, yo, not only have you violated, but now I'm demanding you to go ahead and comply with removing this account, with updating any late payments, right? Removing these inquiries, stuff like that, right? Because by law, you have to comply to what the consumer is saying. And at this time, we didn't trip them up 3 times, right? We gave them 3 times to go ahead and do right by us, the consumer, right by you, the consumer. And so now round 4, we go ahead and we tell them like, yo, I demand to comply, because guess what? If they don't do what's needed at this point, you can hire a consumer attorney and go ahead and sue them, right? Now, if you don't want to sue them, what we could do is we can go ahead and we start back at round 1. Sometimes we get the CFPB involved. It just depends on if accounts is still lingering after we hit on with these, after these 4 rounds, right? But by this time, we 90 days and we 100 days in, and this is where we go ahead and go to step 4 and we add trade lines. Now, trade lines is just going to fill up the gaps in your credit report, right? So trade lines are open accounts that close, but they can remain on your credit report up to 7 years. And so this is what I mean, right? When a trade line first hits your credit report, it's an open account, right? And it's going to be an open account for 30 days, 60 days, depending on how long you leased the trade line for, right? But when it hits your report, you typically see a boost because we're filling those gaps in your credit report. For instance, no matter how old you are, you always want to get trade lines that have a lot of age on them, because age is the name of the game, right? Credit is how well you pay over time. And so the older, the better. And so the rule of thumb is you want to at least add a 5-year-old or more type of trade line to your credit report so you can add credit history. So 5-year, 10-year, 15 years, the older, the better. Also, we want to add a credit card on your credit report that's at least 10,000 or more, right? And the 10,000 number is important because it's 5 figures. You see what I'm saying? And so, we only want to build our credit report and mimic the type of accounts that we want to get approved for, right? So we don't add small subprime accounts. We want to add the right type of accounts, and then trade lines. That way we can move to step 5, which is the funding. And this is where we go get the new home, go get the apartment, go get the new car, go get 50,000, 100,000 in funding, personal funding, business auto financing, whatever you name, right? Like, sky's the limit at this point. So this is the credit campaign, right? This right here is what allowed me and my family to change our life. This is how I was able to get multiple 6 figures in funding for myself, for my clients. I was able to get millions in funding, just our company as a whole. And I'm showing you how to do this because it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. You know what I mean? So you can go and do this on your own. I really don't care at this point. I know how to do this stuff over and over again for myself and others. I got 800 credit scores. My wife got 800 credit scores. We have multiple 6 figures in funding. Like I just shared with y'all the same process we use to do this. And if you follow me on Instagram, I constantly give out game. Like, this is what we do, y'all. Like, we wasn't taught this information, but we had to figure it out. And now my mother and my grandmother has high 700 credit scores because of the same process. My mother-in-law has 700 credit scores using this process. Like, me and my wife, we changing the narrative for our families. I currently have upwards of 500,000 in business funding. And look, like, I know how to go get some more. So I really don't give a damn at this point. The way I look at it, you got 2 options, right? You're free to go and try all of this on your own. And think about it, right? Like, what would it feel like pulling up to your new place, getting out of your dream car, with $150,000 in funding. Now, the credit repair part alone might take you 12 months, 18 months if you don't know what you're doing. It might look like a lot, y'all. It's not really a lot, right? You just gotta plan your credit up, structure your LLC properly, build your credit out, and then just go for the funding. You're more than free to go and try this on your own, or you can jump on board with us. We got a proven strategy to get you your money in 100 days. But really, like I said, you can do this yourself. I haven't been gatekeeping, right? Like I showed y'all everything. This is exactly what I did to get the funding that I have and my clients with brand new LLCs. Now, everything I just showed you is exactly what we do for my clients in my credit campaign program. This is a done with you process where we take you to a 700 credit score by helping you build your credit reports with our credit campaign strategy and our coaching program to get you access up to $250,000 in business funding. This program is for entrepreneurs who are in the right spot. They just need access to $100K in the next 100 days to scale their business, or 9-to-5ers making $5,000 to $10,000 a month who want to start a business and doesn't want to worry about interest rates or getting denied from banks. Now, if that sounds like you, go ahead and click the button below. It's going to take you to a page to answer a handful of questions so you can then book a time that works for you. And so look, there's really only two options for real, right? You can go and do all this yourself. I really don't care at this point. I've done this process for myself, my wife, and others. It's a foundational skill that you can apply to any business. So you can try and do this yourself using your time, your energy, your attention, while also trying to live life. I even put some links below to help you, right? Now, it might take you 12 to 18 months if you don't know what you're doing. And that could just be the credit repair part, right? That's not including potentially not getting the money because you don't know what banks to go to, or you don't know how to fill out the applications to get approved. Or you can hop on a call and I can give you a shortcut. It's going to take about 90 to 180 days to get you your money and to get your credit fixed and to implement the exact strategy of what works, right? This works for other people. We got approvals like these for our clients. This is the exact process I use to get access to $100,000 to scale my business in 100 days, right? So I tell people all the time, work harder on approvals than you do on your job or business because it pays you more, you know what I mean? So congratulations, man. You took the first step to clean and build your credit. This is going to allow you to get your credit to where it needs to be so you can stop feeling stuck and take your credit to that next level, right? Take your life to the next level. So if that's something that you want to do, go ahead and click the button below. We look forward to talking to you. I look forward to talking to you.